Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Never mind the hair, I'm about to take this wig off when I take my makeup off tonight. But this is the look I'm bringing you today. I know it's another blue eyeshadow look. I don't know what to tell you besides I like blue eyeshadow. That's it, point blank, period. I like blue eyeshadow. And the skin. Let's get into the skin, you guys. No filter needed, bitch. None. No filter needed. I used the... Where that though? I used the One Size Turn Up the Base Beauty Blur Balm. And this is Patrick Starr's brand. And this is in the shade Light 3 Neutral. Now, this is actually not my shade anymore. I purchased that foundation like a year and a half ago. After this winter, I'm going to be throwing it out because, you know, expired, I'm sure. But when I purchased it, it was my shade. But I think I have permanent sun damage because it's not my winter shade anymore. Like, I'm a shade lighter. But I made it work, you know, with a little bit of bronzer and whatnot. And for these eyes, I use the Nikki Tutorials Nimya palette. Now, this palette, the reason I bought this palette was because it's nothing that I have in my collection. I'm the type, and I'm not a professional makeup artist, mind you. I'm the type that purchases the same couple of shades from different companies. So I need to stop that because makeup is getting boring for me. I need to do something different. So that's why I purchased this palette. But if I didn't know anything about makeup, this is not a beginner palette, in my opinion. However, there's something that Nikki included in the palette that kind of helps people that aren't, you know, really fluent in makeup. But just right off the bat, just looking at it, I couldn't see. I mean, I see a color story, but then I don't see a color story. And my focus mainly goes to these two colors right here, which I don't know how to work with. I'm just being real. I don't know how to work with, but that's the reason why I purchased this palette, because it's going to make me think. It's not just going to be, you know, the same old makeup looks that I do, even though I've done a look like this before. But like the looks that I'm going to do in the future with this palette, I'm going to have to like think about them, because I don't have especially this yellow, especially this orange right here. I don't have anything like this in my collection. Anything like this. I don't know how I would use that. But Nikki is a genius because she probably knew that this palette was unlike anything anyone has ever seen before. By the way, look at that pigment. Wow. So she included in her in the box that the palette came in, this booklet giving you some eye look ideas. So Too Faced does something like this too, but I personally think it's a really great idea that Too Faced does it and that Nikki decided to do it. And she basically shows you how to do looks, literally, like step by step. It's great because, like I said, she probably knew when people open the palette, they were going to be overwhelmed. So she made sure to give us some inspiration, or if you want to take like any thought process out of it, you can literally recreate this look based off the shades and the directions she gives. So if you're into something dramatic, you have that. And it also uses those two shades that I just showed you, that matte orange and the sparkly blue. This is another dramatic look, but I liked that she made sure she used a lot of the orange in these looks because, like I said, that orange is unlike anything I've ever seen before. So I'm really looking forward to doing more looks with this, particularly, like I said, with that orange. Once again, you saw how much I put on my finger, and I just wiped it on the back of my hand, and god damn. But in today's look, I used Royal Family. I also used Mr. and Mrs. Tutorials. That's the sparkle on my lid. Bad Beach I used as a transition color. And then Hearst Heaven I used to darken my outer corner. So this is a pretty simple look. I love how these shades perform. this palette is 100% worth a buy if you are not looking for the same old, same old. If you are looking for a palette that is never been done before, because like I said, I've never seen this color story before, then I highly suggest you purchase this palette. And the pigmentation is there. The blendability is there. And I mean, a majority of, if you've been following Nikki since the beginning, which I haven't been following her since the beginning, but I've been following her for a good 10 years maybe. Hold up. How old am I right now? Maybe 8 years. I think 8 years. Either way. Since the beginning, especially when she dropped that palette with Too Faced. This is not the Too Faced palette, you guys. Because I was thinking about that too. I was like, oh, is this going to be another Too Faced palette? No, it's not. Bitch, no, it's not. So, yes, you guys. Yes, Nikki did that. She did that. So, I'm going to be using this palette a lot. Prepare to be sick of it. Unfortunately, well, I haven't really been searching either, but I don't see a lot of people talking about this. Like I said, I don't be searching like Google, Nimya reviews, because when I saw that she was dropping an eyeshadow palette, I haven't purchased any of the skincare because I'm very particular about my skincare and stuff like that. But when I saw she was dropping a palette, when she was on that live announcing it, that's when I purchased my palette, because I was like, it's Nikki. I know she's going to do something great. I don't even need to see the palette. I just know she's going to do something great. And she did. Okay, so I just ranted for like 8 minutes. I'm going to throw on some Bailey Sarian Murder Mystery Makeup Monday. I like to go through all her old videos. Do you remember when she was blonde? Oh, I mean, I'm sure her hair was damaged to shit, but she was cute as a blonde. Anyway, that's what I'm going to be watching while I do my makeup. So if you see me looking this way and that's what I'm doing. All right, so let's get into this look. Everything that I use will be listed down in the description box per usual. And let's get started.
All right, jumping right in. I'm first using the shade Bad Beach from the palette and pressing it into my crease and upper crease. And this is going to be acting as my transition color. You can't really see it because it's blending into my concealer, but it's this super light peach kind of color. Perfect for transition if you are on the light to medium side, like I am. And then to set my brow bone, I am going in with my Urban Decay Fix Foundation in 50 WY. After applying my transition colors, I then went in with the shade Royal Family, and this has now become my favorite navy blue that I have in my collection. Somehow Nikki was able to hit that sweet spot with the shadow where it's pigmented but blendable. Because sometimes when you have eyeshadows that are super pigmented, they are a bitch to blend out. But this one was not too hard. It wasn't like too stiff in the pan. You were able to pick it up with a fluffy brush, and you were able to blend it out. And then if you wanted it to be deeper, you could build it up without it getting patchy or anything. So this is a really, really great blue. If she comes out with any other palettes, I really hope maybe she'll put like a purple or something in it, because this shade was really easy to blend out, and so was the darker brownish plum shade that I used to deepen this up. So here I'm just showing you how I blended out the edges of that blue, and then I'm going to show you how well this blue can be built up. Like, it doesn't have any kind of fallout, which is another thing that I have encountered with overly pigmented shadows. And like I said before, it's able to be blended out too. So this clip is just going to be me showing you how I apply the pigment and then how I blend it out along the edges to prevent any harsh lines. to deepen up that outer corner even more, I went in with that purpley brownish shade called Herf's Heaven. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm very sure it's something in Dutch, but Herf's Heaven. And mixing these two together was a dream. It kind of gave it like this purpley, bluey look in the deepest part of my eye, and it just like fades out into the blue. It's really pretty, as you can see. And then I am going in with my concealer and applying it to the first 2/3 of my eye, because that's where I'm going to be going in with the shimmer from this palette called Mr. and Mrs. Tutorial. So after going back and forth with blending, I finally went in with my eyeliners. I did tightline my upper lash line using the Bobbi Brown cream eyeliner in black ink, and now I'm using the Tarte dual-ended eyeliner, and I'm drawing a thin line on my lash line and then just bringing it into the dark part of my eye. I'm not making a wing. I'm just trying to make like a shadow, if that makes any sense. I don't think that does make sense, but you guys can see what I'm doing.
Okay guys, so this is the final look. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. Press the subscribe button down in the description box so you don't miss any more content from me. Share this video because, you know, sharing is caring. And since you're here, you might as well watch some more videos. So there they are popping up right there, and right there, right there, and right there, right there, and right there. Support your girl, okay? And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!